Hello, everyone. We're back live for another edition of the Carolina Justice Report here on Facebook Live, sponsored by South Carolina Law TV and the lovely law firm. I'm here again with my wife and partner, Miss Amy Lawrence.
Hey, guys.
And hey, so we're here hoping you guys are getting some value here out of these Facebook Live videos that we do. Leave us a comment below, and if you got any topics you want to talk about or anything we want to answer here, and we'll definitely get back to you. But the holidays are coming up. We just kind of want to just talk during this episode, not give you any hard, boring legal topics that we've been doing the last few months. But Amy, kind of take it away, and we'll just kind of start talking. It's 10 years of a lovely law firm coming up. We've been doing this for a decade now here in Myrtle Beach, and look forward to keep it growing and keep doing what we've been doing around this Myrtle Beach area.
When I think back of when we got started, I love to tell a story of how we got started. And, we when I came out of law school, I had a job. And I was really lucky that I got a job because the majority of my friends didn't get a job. And you were a year behind me in law school. And I didn't really know anybody, but I got a job and I worked for somebody for a year. And then we started our own firm when you got your licensed, when you got sworn in. And we hung our shingle in a little tiny office. And I was trying to think, that office couldn't have been more than what?
8 by 8, 8 by 10.
Yeah. We were in a little office and we shared a desk. We had a chair on each side of it, and we would work. And then when I would meet with clients, I'd sit on one side and you'd leave and walk around the block, and then vice versa. If you met with a client, I would leave. And our goal was always the same. We just want to do a really good job for people and help them in kind of the lowest parts of their lives, whether it was, a criminal offense or an injury or whatever it was. We just want to do right by people. And I think we've been able to hold true to that over the last 10 years. And Sometimes it was hard, Sometimes we could have made a quick decision to make a quick buck that may have not been in the best interest or the right thing. And we didn't do that. And we always kind of held fast to our principles and wanted to do the right thing, and it's worked out for us, and the good Lord's blessed us.
So we, when we started out, we were doing criminal cases exclusively, probably for the first, 4 or 5 months, and then we got a motorcycle wreck case. And from there, we kind of knew, hey, this is what we want to do. We want to do personal injury. We want to do criminal defense. And we kept growing those practices. About a year or so later, we started doing workers' comp and try to make sure we really knew how to do that well. And, kind of,
we went to a lot of CLEs that first year, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, we do that every year, yeah. But, a lot of learning. We did have a lot of cases where we had a lot of time, so we had to fill that time. But
we made it, baby. We made it.
Yeah. So we're still growing. This we're not where we want to be. We're onward and upward, bigger and better, and helping as many people as we possibly can, given our bandwidth here.
We have 5 lawyers. There's 5 of us now, 5 lawyers, 15 staff. That's kind of a big deal. We went from a very, very tiny office sharing, although we still share an office, but we do it because we want to, not because we have to. And with 5 attorneys and about 14 staff, that's proud of us.
Yeah. So what do you think was the hardest part over the last 10 years? What do you think was the hardest thing we had to do?
I don't think it's really a thing, but I think the hardest part of practicing law in general is like when you see people at their lowest and their saddest and they're scared. And, it's like having to go to a hospital room when somebody's called and, they might not make it, and having to hold the hand of, the wife or husband of somebody who literally doesn't know what 20 minutes is going to hold, much less tomorrow. I think that's probably the hardest, the emotional part of it, because, when we're in, we're all in. Our hearts are all in. And we bond very quickly with our clients, and it makes it really hard.
Yeah, it's a journey. Once they retain us, it's we're walking lockstep until we get to the resolution, whether that's in your case, it's a dismissal or a negotiation or an injury case, and we're, getting their medical bills paid, getting their car back to them, and, getting them a settlement. And that, it takes a long time. So, we always, and our associates and us, we walk with them, we hold their hand, we take care of them, and we've got good results over the last decade, and we hope to keep doing that.
Yeah. I think if we hold tight to what, our principles, our values, our core values of, doing right by people and doing the right thing and treating people with kindness and respect and talk to them like a normal person and not over their head. I think if we continue to do that, there's there's no other way but to go is up.
Right. So, let's see.
What do you think? What do you think has been the hardest part?
Well, the hardest parts, was first, we were just like most of the people here, we were transplants. We're a very transit community here at the Myrtle Beach. There's very few true people who've lived here their whole life. And so just like everyone else who moves down to this area, we had to make new connections. We had to meet people in the legal field. We had to meet the doctors. We had to build the infrastructure to really help build the practice in order to help our clients. So, and I think we've done a good job of that over the last decade. We know who to send people to. We know who the players are. We know who to steer clear from. We know how to properly advise our clients. Not just legal matters, but I mean anything that comes up, because I always preach, hey, I want to be your trusted legal advisor. It may not be this car wreck case you have. If you got a problem with something else, call me and I'll put you in the right direction. So definitely the hardest part was just building all those connections, but because that's people are worried when they come down here, and then if they have a legal issue pop up and they don't really know anybody yet. I mean, a lot of times the lovely law firm is the first person they turn to. And so that's another gap that we feel, and we're glad to help those people because we were in those shoes 10 years ago. It took us a while, but I think
making Myrtle Beach our home, really investing in our community, made that just kind of come naturally. You know what I mean? When other people in the community who were here, they saw us, that we really cared, that we made it our home, we weren't going anywhere. They opened up to us, and they've been wonderful. We found our tribe, didn't we?
Right. And, we give back, and we've given back, and we continue to give back. And that's one of the, we've made that a purpose all through the last year. And then we're going to talk about it again when we have our big kickoff breakfast for the 2020 year. Because, we're looking for the next decade now. We've been here for 10 years. So what are we going to do for the next 10 years moving forward with the lovely law firm? We've supported several community service projects that we help out with.
They're just, I was thinking, you say we've been doing it for the last year, but we've been doing it all 10 years. It's just we didn't have money. We gave a lot of our time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's like Miss Doris up at the food pantry up in Loris, when she needed help, unloading the food to be able to give it out and all that. We go and I might not be able to give $1, but I can give you my elbow grease. I can give you my time.
Right.
And so
I remember
we've just done that,
Yeah, they called and they were like, we've got this big donation of food, but we can't get it up there. And I was like, well, I'll take my truck, no problem. So I got a Toyota Tundra. So I backed it up to the main food bank, and this guy starts rolling out with
pallets.
3 forklifts full of pallets. And I was like, he's like, we're not gonna get this on this truck, man. And so I was like, well, damn, what are we gonna do? And so I just went down and got a U-Haul for her, and I was like, you know what? I got the U-Haul.
It was $24 to rent.
Yeah. So everybody get their food. So that's just one thing. But we're helping motorcycle clubs, all their different charity rides and everything. We're big into helping the veterans. That's another big initiative that we've undertaken in the last few years. Toys for Tots. We're the main Toys for Tots sponsor with WBTW this year, with a few other businesses, and we're glad to be a place where they can drop that off this year.
Yeah. Anything having to do with women and children, our hearts are there. We're all in.
And we've expanded, not just doing the criminal defense and the personal injury. I mean, we're taking up big causes, whether that's the bad pharma, the bad drug cases that I'm getting into, definitely the social issues and the civil rights and sexual assault abuse cases that you're getting into. That's real cases where you can make a change, whether it's through corporate, whether it's a police department, if it's
mass amounts of people, yeah.
So so those practice areas, geographically, we have plans to move into some other markets. So we're going to probably in 2020 go into Charleston, and we're going to go into Florence. So that's big on the horizon. And then, of course, just expanding here locally. That's definitely what we want to do. But this will always be home base here, Myrtle Beach area and the surrounding area.
Without a doubt, yeah.
So the future looks bright in my opinion, and I think we're going to keep rocking and rolling. And that's one of the reasons we're doing this video cast. We got to do something different and get the word out and help as many people as we can. And so leave a comment. I mean, tell us what you want us to do, what you might need help with, what you think we could do better. I mean, we definitely that's one of the reasons we're doing this on Facebook Live, is to reach as many people as we can. So listen, everyone, have a happy holiday season. Hug your loved ones. Enjoy the turkey, enjoy the food, enjoy the ham. If you need to talk to us, call us here. We're always available for you, and look for our next episode after the holidays. This is the Carolina Justice Report, sponsored by South Carolina Law TV and the lovely law firm, signing out. Have a happy new year. Call us if you need us, 843-839-4111.
When life gets ugly, justice is love.